Okay, so we're back with another micro lesson. This is a really cool blues rhythm. This is something that's fairly easy to learn. We're going to learn this in just a few minutes. It works on an acoustic or electric guitar, and we're going to learn how to play this in the key of A. But if you're a premium member, I'll show you how to play this in any key. I've got a second video that goes along with this, and you'll have access to the tablature. If you want to get the premium assets for this lesson, you can go to activemelody.com/micro and do a search for ML058. That's the micro lesson number for this lesson. So let's go ahead and learn this in the key of A. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play an A chord down in first position. That's where you bar the first 4 strings on the 2nd fret. And we're going to play a series of downstrokes with the right hand. So we're going to start with the open A string, or the open 5th string. Then we're going to play strings 2 and 3, both downstrokes. And then we're going to take our hand off the fretboard and play strings 2 and 3 open. So we have down, down, down. And then I'm going to play the 2nd fret 4th string with an upstroke with the right hand. So now we have. And then I'm going to take my middle finger while that note rings out. My middle finger comes down to the 3rd fret 5th string, and I play that note, and I bend it slightly. You don't have to do that, it just gives it a nice kind of twangy thing if you do. And then you release that, and you're back to where you started with that open A string. So when you put it all together, you have. Alright, so that's the first time through the loop. It's pretty easy to do. Now the second time through, I gave you a different variation just to kind of mix things up a little bit. It's pretty much the same, but the second time through goes. So it starts with that open 5th string. You play strings 2 and 3 again, both on the downstrokes, same as we did before. And then I went. So that's an upstroke on the 2nd fret 4th string, a downstroke on the open G string, or the open 3rd string, back to the 2nd fret 3rd string, and then the 3rd fret 5th string with a downstroke. So you have. That's up, down, and then we're back to where we started. So you put the 2 pieces together now, and your rhythm goes. Really cool. You could sit and do that forever, or I could anyway. I get like lost in these intoxicating little rhythms like this. So that's what we're doing over the 1 chord. And when we go to the 4 chord, I could have done the same thing, but I wanted to give you some different variations just to give you different ideas. So for the 4 chord, which is the D chord, remember we're playing in the key of A, so our 4 chord is a D. We're going to play a D7 chord, and I'm playing it up here. Now to play this chord, and then that little lick, I'm starting it here. Actually, the easiest way to think about playing this chord is if you start with a C chord down in first position and you add your pinky to the 3rd fret 4th string. That's a C7. That's converting your C into a C7. You take that C7 and slide it up 2 frets, and you're now playing a D7. So we're going to start by playing the 5th string out of that chord. And remember, when you play this, you're only playing the middle 4 strings. You're not playing strings 1 and 2. And then, so I played that, and then I came up here and went. Now this is a nice little lick that you can work into this chord shape. So to play it, it's the 5th fret, 4th, and the 3rd fret, all on the 2nd string. And then I come down to the 5th fret, 3rd string. So all together it goes. And then I went 2nd string back to the 3rd string again. Down, up. So. Now remember that lick going forward. If you're ever playing a blues and you come to the 4 chord, which is your D7 chord, you can work that lick in. It's just a nice little fill lick, and it's easy to play. It's easy to connect to this chord shape. So that's really the whole thing, because when we go to the 5 chord, it's exactly the same thing we played over the 4 chord. We're just going to slide it up 2 frets. So when you're playing over the E chord, which is your 5 chord, you come up here. Same little lick works over the 5 chord. And that's just a general rule, something to remember when you're playing the 4 chord. Whatever you do over the 4 chord, you can just slide it 2 frets this way and do the same thing, and it'll work over the 5 chord. So instead of, for the D chord, instead of playing that, if I came up here and played something like that, I could do that same thing, go up 2 frets, there's a 5 chord, 4 chord, and then back to the 1 chord. Alright, so let's put it all together. I'm going to play through it slowly. And remember, if you're a premium member, you have access to the tablature and then the slow walkthrough and all of those extra features. So here we go, from the beginning.